Hello my friends, welcome to Plants and Lucia. My name is Lucia and today we talk about fungus gnats. Okay, coming up. Whether you are coming back or this is your first time in this channel, thank you so much for watching this video. This channel is all about houseplants, so if you want to learn how to take care of them, how to display them, or even how to connect with them, make sure to subscribe so we can see each other every Tuesday and Thursday and talk about plants. But now, let's get to the video. So, fungus gnats. Yes, they are very annoying. Just so you know, if you have a few here and there, don't worry so much about the health of your plant. They generally are not so harmful. But of course, we want to prevent infestations, and also they tend to be really annoying. So I thought in order to understand how to prevent them or get rid of them, we need to understand a little bit of their life cycle. So, adult fungus gnats tend to lay about 200 eggs in the soil of your plant, specifically in the first inches from the top. The eggs do prefer damp soil, so this is very important to remember. After just 3 days, the eggs hatch into larvae, and the larvae stay for about 2 weeks in the soil. Once it becomes an adult, it tends to leave the soil, either staying at the top of the soil or flying outside. And the adult fungus gnat actually lives for up to 1 week. So if you think about it, most of their lives are actually inside the soil. So how do we prevent fungus gnats? I'm going to share with you 2 tips that I use to prevent fungus gnats from living in the soil of my plants. Number 1, allow soil to dry in between waterings. You know, I cannot say this enough. This is good for your plants because you don't want to overwater them, and also it's good to prevent bugs, especially fungus gnats. They like damp soil, so if the soil is not damp and it is actually dry, you don't provide them a good environment to lay their eggs there. So that is already a very good way to prevent them. Number 2, add sand or decorative stones or pebbles to the top of your soil. This is really good because it's very natural, it looks great, and it prevents fungus gnats. Since the sand doesn't retain so much water, you let the water drain down to the soil. And it is harder for the fungus gnats to get to the soil to lay their eggs. That way, this is a very good way to prevent fungus gnats. So you came to this video because you may actually have fungus gnats already. Not to worry, there are many ways to get rid of them. So letting the soil of your plant dry out in between waterings is a very good way to prevent the larvae from becoming adults, since they're not getting all the nutrients that they will get in damp soil. So if you already have fungus gnats, one way to get rid of them naturally is to let the soil dry in your plant and then water. Another way that generally is very effective is mosquito bits. Mosquito bits are just these bits that you add to the soil for fungus gnats to feed on, and this has a bacteria that is not good for them. And mosquito bits are actually not harmful for your plant. Another way to use them is you soak them in water, so the water gets the bacteria inside, and then you can water your plants with this water. The third way to get rid of fungus gnats is actually apple cider traps. The way that I do it is I put apple cider in a Tupperware or a container. Then you put a plastic around it and an elastic. And the fungus gnats tend to go inside to drink the apple cider. Then they cannot get out and they stay there. This will prevent them from laying eggs. Of course, you may have some larvae already in the soil. So the apple cider trap will prevent them from reproducing, but you will have to wait a little bit longer and keep doing it for a while. The fourth way to do it is using sticky traps. These ones are super easy to use. You just have to stick the sticky trap in the soil of your plant. I usually put this in the larger containers, and the way that it works is that if the bug actually lands in these sticky traps, they stay there. So then it cannot fly away and it cannot reproduce. The last 2 methods, the sticky traps and the apple cider vinegar traps, they actually target adult fungus gnats. As I told you before, the majority of their life, the fungus gnats are actually in the soil. So I recommend the methods that actually focus on the soil. So letting the soil dry in between waterings and mosquito bits. And these are the methods that I use to get rid of my fungus gnats. If you have any other methods that you use to get rid of your fungus gnats, please make sure to comment below so we can all learn together. Of course, if you would like to be part of this community, you're always welcome. So make sure to subscribe so we can see each other every Tuesday and Thursday and talk about plants. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Okay, bye!